Hey gang, welcome. Hey listen, we've got the national convention coming up, coming up on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. This is going to be a don't miss event. Massive growth taking place all over North America. On the phone this morning with some folks from Canada, absolutely exploding it. California, wow, it was early out there when I was talking with them. Hung up late last night, about 2 in the morning my time, and back on the phone with them. They were calling me at 8 o'clock my time. They're 3 hours behind me. Man, there is lots of excitement everywhere. North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, it don't matter what state you're in, there's great stuff taking place. This morning I want to talk to you about keeping things duplicatable and keeping things viral. We have an absolute incredible system that everybody can follow and everybody can succeed. It does not matter who you are, what walk of life you're from, but it's very important that you learn to leverage that system. Here's what I mean. A lot of times people will think that they can go out and talk people into the business, and they might. They might be able to talk them in. The problem is that when you're talking to a person or you're trying to convince a person, they're asking themselves a series of questions. And one of the questions they're asking themselves is, can I do this? And if you're trying to convince them or talk them or be the expert, the answer is no. They can't do this, or they don't think they can do this, and therefore they don't join. With our very duplicatable and viral system, all you're going to do is peak interest and point. Peak interest and point. Peak interest and point. We're going to do that over and over again. Here's what I mean. There's 3 steps to going Rising Star Director. Folks, you must memorize these. You must practice these every single day. It starts with the getting started training. That leads to a pre-party, which leads to a challenge party. No matter whom your prospect is, you want to continue to follow those 3 steps. Here's what it looks like. All you're going to do is peak interest. Contact a person, tell them how excited you are about the Body by Body 90-day challenge and ask them if they've heard of it. Of course they're going to say no. You're then going to point them to information. The byline, for example. Don't try to memorize what's on the byline and communicate that to them, because here again, if they're asking themselves, can I do this? The answer will be no, they can't do that because they don't know that information. But everybody can simply point someone to the information. So become an expert at pointing. Immediately follow the byline. You're going to ask them a simple question, and that is, what did you like best? When they give you their answer, you're going to simply tell them, sounds like you need some more information, and point them to the next step. In this case, let's use the example of your website. I would point them to the website. I'd say, listen, there's a 6-minute video here on my website. I want you to take a look at it. When can you watch it? They're going to tell me a time. Let's say they tell me 9 o'clock. I'll tell them I will call them back at 9:17. I just gave you some gold. 9:17. Here's what I just told them by giving them an odd number. Number 1, the material is important that you review. Number 2, you can expect my call promptly. Number 3, my time is important. I communicated that by simply giving them an odd number without having to tell them all of that information. When I call them to follow up, I'm simply going to ask them, what did you like best? When they give me their answer, I'm going to say, great, sounds like you need some more information. And at this point, I'm going to invite them to a challenge party that I'm doing in their area. Folks, keep in mind that sometimes you're going to be talking to people who are in different states, and you may not be able to have a challenge party with them right that moment. So if they are too far away to have a challenge party, or too far to get to your challenge party, or there's not a challenge party in their area, you can simply have an online challenge party with them by taking them to overview.visalis.com and going through the 24-minute presentation with them. At the end of that presentation, you're going to simply ask them if they are a 1, 2, or a 3. Number 1, they want to get on the challenge and pay their way. Number 2, they want to get on the challenge and get it for free. Or number 3, get on the challenge, get it for free, and get paid. Totally up to them. We don't care. Only they should care. So if you're doing an online presentation, that's how you're going to close. Interestingly enough, if you're doing a live presentation, and many of you around the country have seen me do this, when I get done with a live presentation, I just simply tell people, Nick said, you're a 1, 2, or a 3. 1, you want to get on the challenge and pay your way. 2, you want to get on the challenge and get it for free. 3, you want to get on the challenge, get it for free, and get paid. Doesn't matter to me. It should only matter to you. What does matter is that you make a decision. Grab that form, fill it out, make a decision. Folks, you just completed the 3 steps to Director, Rising Star Director. What do we do next? The folks that just got in, whether it was over the internet challenge party or whether it was at a live challenge party, we're going to simply walk them through the Getting Started training. As we do the Getting Started training, you can find that at gst.pacetti.com. As we walk them through the Getting Started training, it's going to force them to do a few things. Number one, it's going to force them to build a list. Now, if you're just watching the Getting Started training for practice, this isn't going to be the case. The Getting Started training is something that requires action. Print out the Getting Started training forms, have them actually fill the forms out. It's not just a video to watch for entertainment, it's a video that requires action. Help them put the first 25 names on a list. Set a time to do their pre-party and set a time to do their challenge party. So as soon as you sponsor them, Getting Started training and active Getting Started training, meaning they're going to be active in this, making the list, setting the pre-party, setting the challenge party. Next, we're going to have a pre-party with them. We're going to help them have the conversation, meaning we're going to help them point at the material with their prospects leading up to the challenge party that we schedule in their house. And please keep in mind, we do it at homes. The reason why we do, everybody has a home. We're not scheduling challenge parties at churches and office buildings and bars and everything else, folks. Again, remember, people are asking themselves some questions. Can I do this? Am I willing to do this? Do I have time to do this? Can this happen without me at some point? You do not want to ever give them an answer of no to any of those questions, so keep everything simple, duplicatable. Everybody's got a home. Have the challenge party in their home. That's where their friends are going to be most comfortable. That's where their friends are normally hanging out anyway. Just keep this thing super simple. So let's stay with the basics. GST, pre-party, challenge party, that leads to the National Success Training, October 21st, 22nd, 23rd, Atlanta, Georgia. Hear me on this, very important. Don't do whatever it takes to get there, but absolutely do what it takes to get there. There is no coincidence that the top income earners, not only in ViSalus, but in the entire industry of network marketing, are top income earners, and the coincidence isn't that it's not a coincidence that they've never missed an event. I can tell you that attending events will absolutely correlate to how high you are paid in a compensation plan. So if that being the case, make sure you're there, you've got the room full of your people. That's very important. People tell me all the time, well, Kyle, you never miss an event because you make all the money. No, 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 no. I make all the money because I've never missed an event. You must understand the order. You must understand how this happens, and I'll give you the reason why. When you're at an event and you have your team at the event, they will get something, a nugget, something that inspires them, causes them to leave that event and go build the business with or without you. And let's face it, at the end of the day, there's a million things we could go do to generate dollars. There's a million things we could do to trade our time for money. So why networking? Why ViSalus? Because we can do the work once and get paid for the rest of our life, creating residual income, creating a true walk-away income that's only going to happen by you plugging people into something bigger than you. I think it was Robert Kiyosaki said, you're a business owner when you're not the integral part of the business. The only way you're never going to be the integral part of the business is to get people plugged into something much larger than you are. Listen, see you in Atlanta. Can't wait to shake each and every one of your hands. God bless you. That's all for today from Orlando, Florida.